So, you don't have any questions? None at all?
Oh, let me think. I guess I'm just trying to get my first sale so I can work on it, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. How, if you don't mind me asking, how have you been going about it, I guess? Like, how people show interest in it?
I've had a few. There's like a yard sale Facebook page.
Oh, yeah.
Here.
Yeah.
And I might as well just post my business, and
yeah,
I was interested that way. So.
Well, that's good.
So I just keep checking to see if anyone's like looking for bags to Shakeology and stuff like that.
That's good. One thing that I have learned is when you're inviting people or even telling them about it, you don't necessarily want to over give details. I would rather, it's better if you under detail things and let them ask the questions, and then you just give them little pieces of it at first, and then they'll become more interested instead of basically vomiting up what you want to say, so to speak, and then they feel really overwhelmed. So that is what I've learned from my mistakes in the past when I first signed up, is I would just over blurt things out. And I'm actually in the middle of writing my script for inviting people to a challenge group, or telling them what a challenge pack is and what they get in it. And so as soon as I get that, I'm hoping to finish that this weekend so I can post it in our group so that everybody can see how I invite people, to see if that helps you guys at all.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's a work in progress, especially with this kid. So have you been reading or listening to personal development at all?
Yeah, a couple of those videos I've been able to listen to.
Okay, good. So we want to make sure that we're trying to listen or read to at least 15 minutes. And it can be mixed up. I know that you're LDS and I'm LDS, so I'll count some of my scripture study as part of it. And then I actually like to listen to a half hour of it or read a half hour, because I feel mentally I am further back than a lot of people just because of my depression, and so I like to strengthen my mind a little bit more. So I like to do a half hour, but it's up to you. 15 minutes, half hour, whatever you feel is right. Yeah, Keish.
I used to do stuff like that when I went on my runs, but now I'm running with somebody, and so I don't want to headphones.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, and to be honest, I listen to it when I'm cleaning or doing laundry. Just when you would listen to music is when I listen to personal development. And then it doesn't really counteract with anything I do. Yeah, Keish. Right. So that's just my 2 bits on that, I guess. But we just want to make sure that all of you guys on my team are doing personal development, not just you. You're the only one on here, but so because personal development is a big thing. And then you want to just make sure that you're still doing the 3 vital behaviors, inviting other people, and being a product of the product, which I know you are. So, so I know that we talked about doing a new challenge group starting in March, and I know that you mentioned, because I know we talked about a picture day. You talked about doing a fitness one, right? Where you do short videos. I think that's a good idea. And even if you just show, you said, basically endurance to see their progress, I like that idea a lot. And so I'm going to do some more looking into that one. So do you want to tell me a little bit more of what you were thinking about that?
don't know, I just like know like one thing I wish I would have done is like take a picture of like how flexible I was before, and
Yeah.
like would have kept track a little bit more like I did like with my planks, because that was easy to count.
Yeah.
Like some of those other things I wish I would have, because I my next goal is to touch the ground with my palms, but
Yeah.
I like barely go past my shins. Like I was not flexible at all to start with. So.
That's good though. You're improving though, and you can tell. So that's good. It's funny the little things that you notice when you start in on it. Because I remember when I started in on it, just the energy from not eating crap all the time and actually like fueling my body, like that made a huge difference. And Jordan actually commented on it. He's like, I don't really miss eating junk food that much. And
Yeah,
it feels so much better when we eat healthier. But
yeah, since we moved from Idaho, like every other day, and I don't know, heavy meals. It seemed like we'd always go to a parent's house every weekend and have heavy meals.
Oh yeah.
And so since we moved, we're like, well, we're away from family and influence there, so let's just change.
Yeah.
And it worked out really well. He's lost weight just from that alone.
Awesome.
Not drinking pop and.
Yeah, that's amazing. Drinking pop is a big thing. Like I had in my clean eating group that I did a few months ago, one of the things I said was, I want you to try to not drink pop for 5 days. And there was so many people that like could tell a difference, and they lost weight just off of not drinking soda. Yeah. Like somebody lost 5 pounds in 5 days without drinking soda at all. So it's crazy the amount of junk that's in soda and what it can do to yourself.
And it bloats you too, so you like, thought it was a big difference.
Oh yeah.
It now, and I'm like, I can only drink so much. So.
Yeah, that's exactly how I am too. So, and only on those really rough days, because my downfall was Diet Coke. I love Diet Coke. I'll be the first to admit that. But like even then, like sometimes I'll think that it sounds really good, so I'll get like one of the little cans, and I'll start drinking it, and then I won't even finish it because it's not as good as I thought it was going to be, I guess. Jordan gets but
seem like they're going to taste better than they are.
Yeah.
I hate that.
It's good though. It means that our bodies know what's good and what's not good. So, I guess if you have any more ideas for the challenge group, just message them to me. Because I'm going to try to, because I want to come up with a post that all of my personally sponsored coaches can use to advertise for it. Yeah. And I'm actually putting a YouTube video together right now on how I make my creative posts, I guess. Because that's the big thing that I was going to talk about is like posting. That's what I was going to talk about today is like your post and the content in your posts. Because you'll see like I'm a visual person, and so when I visually see something that catches my eye, I immediately stop scrolling. And I know that's how a lot of people are, especially on Facebook and even on Instagram.
If you have a picture.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Picture.
I don't know if I'm on. I need to get back on there.
Yeah. Pictures seriously like blow everything out of the water. And it's not even just pictures. Like I'll get on Pinterest. When I first started, I would just get on Pinterest because I didn't know what I was posting, and I would find other people's pictures and I would use other people's. And then the more I listened to calls and everything, they tried to say to make it your own, which now I understand why, because making it your own will attract other people like you that are looking for somebody like you. And so you want to constantly be attracting those kinds of people to yourself, because then you'll have a deeper connection than if you were to post somebody else's post. Hopefully that makes sense. He's like, no, quiet. Here, we go play with the missionary over there. So, anyways, So I use an app on my phone. So when I make posts on my phone, I use an app called Photofy. Let me see if I can find it on my phone. Yeah, it's Photofy, and it's free. And I actually removed their watermark so that the Photofy symbol isn't always on all my pictures when I post. Just because it's annoying to me, and it was like 99 cents to get it removed, but I use it all the time. So there's that app that I use on my phone, but on my actual computer, when I make my challenge group posts, I use a website called PicMonkey, and that's how I design like all the pictures that it looks like I'm like cut out of my pictures. That's what I use. And I'm actually making a YouTube video right now on how I use it. And like I'm crafting a post so that you guys can watch it. And I'll post that in the group so that you guys know. But basically you want it to be visually appealing and you want it to be you in it. Like you want people to know that it's you and that you aren't taking somebody else's and just posting it and using what they say. Because sadly enough, there is a lot of coaches that do that, and you aren't going to get people. You're just going to attract the people that you want to come to you. You'll attract them to somebody else.
Yeah.
So you just want to make it personal and personable, I guess. Because in that, for instance, the Coach Basics assignment on day 2, the human avatar is what we call it. That is the kind of person that you're going to be attracting. That's why we have you do that. And it is very time consuming to do that. That was the one that I hated when I did Coach Basics. But it has seriously been one of the biggest things that's helped me a ton to figure out who I needed to post to. Because once you figure out who you're looking for, then when you make your posts, you're going to want to post like you're talking to that person. And that's how you're going to attract those kinds of people to you. So hopefully that makes sense.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yeah. So, and I didn't even catch on to that for like the first 6 months that I was a coach, because I love my upline to death, but like we had no idea like what we were doing. And at first we were working together trying to figure it out because our upline wasn't very much help at first. So we were basically like trial and erroring everything. So that's one of the things I wanted from my coaches, is to make it easier for them. So that's one of the things that we found. And then I've learned is that that's what that is for. Because I'm like, really? Why are they making me make up this weird random person? But that's why. It's so you can start attracting people like that to your business. So that's my 2 bits on posting. So another thing is I know that a lot of people, me included, you're like really hesitant about posting your before and after pictures.
Yeah.
I know that I'm sure that you're the same way, but I know that it took me like my coach talking to me every day for like a week about it before I finally just got up the guts and I just posted it one day.
That it like really benefits you to show it to people, but I'm still nervous. But, yeah.
It's scary, but I promise, like, the more you put your picture out there, the easier it is for you. Because it's one of those things that you're, like, letting a piece of yourself go out into public, like your personal piece. But what finally got me to do it is, I think in my head, if I can help at least one person get the kind of results that I got, then it's worth it to me. Mm-hmm. You just have to think of it like that, because even my husband was like, you're really going to post that on Facebook? And so then that didn't help either. And so then I was like, well, maybe I shouldn't do it. And then my coach was like, you just have to do it. Like, just do it. Because you are going to be helping somebody. And whether you like it or not, the more you post about like yourself is when people will be drawn to you, because you're posting about how it's helped you in particular instead of somebody else. Because I can post before and afters of people that have won like the Beachbody Challenge all I want. But your friends and your family want to see your results, not mine. not Scotty's, not any Beachbody winner. They want to see your results. So as scary as it is, I promise that if you put it out there, and the more you put it out there, the easier it'll be to show it. Because I know it's hard, I promise. I've been there. It's not an easy thing to do, but I promise it'll help, and it'll help grow your business the more you share too. And as part of posts go, I'm still trying to work on this, but I get so like when I start sharing something, because I'll get in those days where I just want to just share everything that I know, because I just want to help everybody. That's just the kind of person that I am. But there's those days that I don't feel like posting anything. I don't know what to post. So on the days that you feel like posting a lot, I'll actually make a whole bunch of different posts a day. And that way, yeah, because that way when you get to those days where you just feel like, I don't even want to post anything, like I'm not feeling inspired today, like what am I going to post about? Then you can just go into that folder on your computer, find a post that you'd already made, and then you just have to copy and paste it and post it and be done with it. So that's helped me a lot. I think it was Brigitte Linford. I saw a video of hers that said something like that. I'm like, oh, that's a really good idea. So I've been doing that, and it helps a ton. And another thing about posting too is you'll see those people, I'm sure you know who I'm talking about, but there's companies that will just have you post, like people post all the time about junk spam all the time. So that's why you want to kind of try to get personal.
So they're not like, oh, is this going to be a scammy website?
Yeah. Like that's why you want to make it personable and show like how it's helping you. And like, this sounds really stupid, but you will find that the more pictures that you post with you and your family, you're going to get more likes and comments than if you post about like a Beachbody product.
Right, yeah.
And like, because at first I'm like, what the heck? Like everybody's liking and commenting on my family posts, but why aren't they commenting on that? But then the more that I tried to twine them together and show how Beachbody is helping me being able to spend time, then it helps a ton. And then people will start messaging you, asking what you're doing. So that's basically really, sorry, my child playing with my phone. Calling people.
I guess that's what I wanted to bring up. So I thought about starting a page, but like have it so like they know I'm a Beachbody coach. But I think that it's hard to find like a fitness page where you like that's not so extreme one product or you know what I mean. And so like I want to invite my friends so like they can post like, hey, I exercised today without bothering everybody else on their friends list. You know what I mean? But still have a
here's my thing with that. So I don't know if you get added to like Jamboree parties or it works.
Yeah.
Okay, so I seriously got hacked because I was added to like 6 different groups. Joke. And so I was getting so irritated. I'm like, I swear, if one more person adds me to something that they didn't
I know, that's why I don't like doing these.
So that's
I'm not as often like that.
So that's why I started on my personal page. I start on my personal page, and you only want to share 3 to 5 posts a day. And I suggest that you find like 3 different topics that you want to focus on. Paisley, shh. So like for me, it's family, because I'm all about family, and then fitness, obviously. And then I like every once in a while I'll share like a fitness or like just basically stuff around the house because I stay at home all the time. So like I'll post like tips on how to keep your toddler busy or something dumb like that. So it just depends on the day, but you want to just think of those like 3 to 4 topics that you're going to post about all the time. And that way, when you do like a fitness post, like I will only write a so-called spammy post, like 21 Day Fix, when that's on sale, that's like the only time I ever do spammy posts.
Yeah, that's kind of what I've been wanting to,
Yeah. So like if you want to get on Like you can find like spammy posts, but I made them myself. But you have to like mention that you don't want to be spammy, but you don't want to have them pass up the deal. And that's why you're sharing it. And then just leave it at that. Whoever comments or likes it, that is who you want to go off of to message. I don't know if I told you guys that or not. But that's how I find people, is when they like or they comment on my before and after pictures, or if they like my picture, I will message them and say, hey, I noticed that you like this picture. Like, are you interested in finding out what it is I'm doing? Or, like, you know the person better than I do, so you would know how to go about the conversation. But that way you're opening the door to that, and then they'll pay more attention to your post from that point on too. So, and I noticed that if somebody likes your picture, if you go on and like some of their pictures and then comment and make your comment genuine, then they'll start looking at your stuff more too. So there's another tip for you to find people. But as far as posts go, you don't want to be spammy, because then you'll get annoyed like I do. Today I'm going to post something about people adding me to groups. So with your Facebook page question or your group question, so I've been thinking about, because you put it in a group, right? You made a group for it.
Yeah, it's a closed group.
Yeah.
So I could be like, hey, is anybody interested? If you are,
yeah,
I'll add you to the group, kind of a thing. I'm not sure if I'll open it yet. I think I want to post a couple things and kind of get where I want to go with it first.
Yeah, and even if you wanted to do the group, because I've thought about doing this, and you can let me know what you think. So trying to keep like our customers like up to date on the things that are like on sale as far as promotions and sales go, I was thinking of starting a group and adding all of my previous customers since I started into the group. And then whenever the new month comes, I'll post the specials in there. So that way it's out in the open, and then we'll post like an invite to challenge groups and say, hey, we're getting ready to start another challenge group. If you want in it, again, let me know. Because there is some people that only want to be in it at the first part, and then after that first group, they either don't post or they want to be in the next group. So they're the complete opposites. But that way we're not spamming up everybody, and then it'll just be easier to keep track of everybody.
Yeah.
That's something I haven't tried yet, but that's one of the things I want to do within the next month. But so as far as your Facebook page goes, this is my suggestion. So I would do a like page, like a business page. Come up with a unique name for yourself, and that kind of tells about you and what you want to do with fitness wise. And then make like a creative background. Like you can go on my fitness page. I don't push my fitness page yet as much, just like you. Like if people want to go and like it, then they can.
That could be my business page, like combine them somehow. I think.
Yes, because this is what I'm doing. So I started my fitness page like you did. I started it for if people want to go on there, whatever. But they're actually trying to push like business people over to the business pages. But I have more friends on my personal page than I do on my business page. Yeah. And so my thing is I'm going to stick to my personal page until I max out on my friends list, and then I'll transfer over to my business page.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, and even at that, I might have 2 pages. So, but that's how I'm going to do it. But you can do what you feel is right for you, because everybody's different.
Yeah, I feel like having a page will help. Like have a beach body, but people who do like any exercise, then they can kind of warm up to the idea and see people who have done it. You know what I mean? So,
yeah. Oh yeah. No, I totally understand. So that's just how I do it. A lot of people, like a lot of coaches, don't want to post Beachbody stuff on their personal page, and so that's why they do everything on their business page. So it's really like your own personal preference. I just have more friends on my personal page, so I'm able to invite easier that way. So it's completely up to you and what you decide, but that's so anyways, so that's my talking about posting for today, I guess. Do you have any more questions about content or your pages or anything?
When you buy the samples, how many like come in a box?
So how I do this, it's gonna sound really bad. So where I was sick the first 2 months that I was pregnant, I actually got like the package, like you can get the packets of Shakeology instead of the bag. And so I got a variety pack. For the 2 months that I caught up, I got sample packets of those. And but you can, if it's a person who wants to try it, you can have your customer purchase what they call a sample packet, and I want to say it's like $25 or $30, but I think that they get 5 to 7, I believe. Have to get on to check, but they can only do it once. So they can order it and then they can try it if you want to do it that way. Or you can order just a packet, like a box of samples.
Like if I had packets like on me, like could I do that?
Yeah, that's how I would do it. I think it'd be the cheapest way. Because then you're still getting your discount because it's your Shakeology. You'll still get a discount on it. So it'd be like $105 or something. But when I'm fine with giving away free samples every once in a while, but you don't like I
just want free stuff.
Yeah. So I say like my rule is if they want to try one of them for free, then that's fine. Like if they want to try the one, whatever. But when they want like one of every flavor, then I say, okay, well if you want one of every flavor, like it's
get the sample pack,
yeah. So I do that, or I would just charge them. I think I've been charging people $4 for a packet too. So like they can get the first one free, and then for every additional one that they get, it's another $4. So that way you're still getting your money back from getting the samples, but then they can still try it if they want. So it's up to you what you want to do.
And I wanted to get some because we're moving in the end of May.
Oh yeah.
So I thought like that's a great time to introduce myself to the new ward. Like I'm super excited to like move.
That is cool.
But I wanted to have stuff on me. So
yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah. So if it was me, that's what I would do. I would just get like a box of samples and then just say, hey, you can try this if you want. Or you can just have them get on and order it for themselves too, because that way you don't have to really deal with much. And then they're already signed up underneath you, so that if they do want to order something later, then they're already signed up and they can just go and order what they want. So that's how I would say to do it. But so then the last thing I'm going to talk about is the Coach Basics group. I talked about it a little bit, but not a ton. So I need to be more consistent with the times that I post for you guys. But this kid over here has been sick this week, and so it's like, oh, okay, I need to go post right now.
Yeah.
So I've been trying to post this when I can, but I'm going to try to be more consistent. But as for you being in the group, would it be easier if I posted it early in the morning or late at night? So, like, would it be easier if I post, like, for tomorrow, if I posted it tonight so that you guys had all day tomorrow? Would it be
not wait to go up, yeah.
Okay.
I see it in the morning and it's there first thing. That might work the best.
Okay, because I'll try to do that, because I was trying to think of something like that this past week. Like, I've got to come up with something easier for my coaches to make it so that they can actually work on it. Because, like, that avatar one, that's probably going to be the longest, like, the most time-consuming one is that one. Because like all the other ones that you can listen to, you can just plug in your headphones and just listen to it.
Right.
So I will be better at that, because I know I have not been good at that this past week. So I will start posting. So you'll get 2 today then. I'll post one after I'm done getting off the call with you. And then I'll post one before bed for tomorrow. And then you will have Saturday and Sunday to catch up on all of the ones from this week, because I only post Monday through Friday, so that you guys have the weekends to catch up or do stuff with your family. So that was, I think that was the last thing I was going to talk about, because I know I haven't been the most consistent, and I'm sorry. I'm working on it.
Great.
So then the very last thing I wanted to talk about, I'm not even sure how much time I have left, but so the last thing I wanted to talk about is, so you've worked at a job before, right? So in a job you have your business hours, right?
Yeah.
Like you go in for an allotted amount of time. So what I want to challenge all of my coaches with this week is, I want to challenge you all to post or to pick your business hours. I actually have this little, I don't know if you can really see it, but I have like a Monday calendar with like hour by hour, so that I can block out the times of when I'm going to work on my business and then the times when I'm just with my family. Because like having a smartphone is great, but like when you get those people that are just like I have one customer right now that's constantly like messaging me all the time, and like it's good, but they know that they're messaging you, and so you need to realize that you can get back to them when it's your time to work on your business. Because that was one thing that was hard for me to separate first, was time with my daughter and my husband versus trying to get my business up and going. And that was one thing I really struggled with, was blocking out my time that was for my family and having that time that was for my business. And now that I have it figured out, it makes it a lot easier, and we don't have as much fights, and it just makes home more peaceful. So I guess that's what I want to challenge all of my coaches to do this week, is find those times when you're going to work on your business, and then find the times that you're going to be with your family, because you want to make a happy medium for both of them to make it work. So that's my challenge for this week. And I know that last week's challenge was to find a personal development book or something that you were going to listen to. So I'm curious as what two you have been listening to, because I know you're the only one on here, but I'm going to post and ask everybody else.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's been a little bit of a couple things. I've been reading a lot, like just trying to get familiar with like Beachbody and their products and like where things are at, and then obviously scriptures and
just a little bit of things. That's good. At least you're doing something, because that's the only thing I worry about, is that, I'll be honest, like the first like 2 months that I coached, I'm like, really, personal development, like who reads? Who needs to really read? But it was when I was doing all 3 of the vital behaviors that my business like literally like went, and I started seeing a lot more success. And so that's why I want to stress to you, or stress to everybody, is your personal development. Because if you don't do all 3 of the 3 vital behaviors, then you don't have as much, like this sounds really weird, but you don't have like as much patience, and you don't really know how to talk to people as well. Hopefully that makes sense.
Yeah.
But that's what I have noticed through personal development. That's how it's helped me. And even those times that you're even just listening to it while you're doing your laundry or making dinner, like it subconsciously seeps into your self-conscious. And those times when you don't know what to say to people and then something like pops into your head, that's from personal development. And so that's where it's helped me attend. So I just want to make sure that all my coaches are doing the same thing. And I'm like you, I bounce around to tons of different personal development things. I mostly like to listen to team calls in the past from our upline coaches, but that's just what I like to do. And then I listen to the Shailene Show on podcast, as well as the National Wake Up Calls too. So just some ideas for all of my coaches. So, but do you have any more questions at all?
Where do you get your clothes?
What?
Where do you get the Beachbody clothes?
I get I'm actually between, well, I guess I'll post this later. I'm actually trying to make some shirts for all my coaches right now. But I'm trying to find somebody to make them. So it might take a week, month maybe. But that's my goal, is I want to get all my coaches something for signing up underneath me. But you can get what they call it Beachbody apparel. And if you get onto your website, like your coach website, and you click on shop, on the left-hand side, there's like an apparel thing. Or if you click on the different programs, it'll have different apparel. And it's really expensive. That's all. But they also do some on Cafe Press. I'll post the links in our page so that you can look at them. But they do stuff through Cafe Press, and it has more variety where you can get like bags and stuff like that through them. And they're a lot cheaper than the actual Beachbody.
That soap that you gave away.
Yes.
I use grocery bags like that, and I was like, well, if I could just have something with like my Shakeology on it, then maybe someone will. I don't know. You know what I mean?
That's why I like wearing it, is because I actually have a 21-day fix shirt that I bought at Summit this last year. And every time without fail that I wear that shirt, somebody will ask me what it is. Every time without fail. Obviously, I have a fatter belly now, and so I don't really like to sport it around because I'm wearing a fitness shirt while being pregnant, and it looks like I eat junk all the time. Yeah. So I haven't worn it, but you can get that that's one of the shirts that you can get on Beachbody's website.
Okay.
That's good. But so as far as the Shakeology bags that I gave away, you can get those in bulk. So you can get like a six pack of them.
How big was it? Do you know? I have big grocery bags. So.
Like, well, let me go get one for you. Hold on.
Okay.
I'll show you. What do you do, baby? Scary? Right there. You're being so good. Thank you. Okay. So, here you go. This is how.
Okay.
So it's like one of those grocery bags that you would get that's not plastic at the grocery store. That's about how big it is, and that's how thick it is. So it looks like this.
That's awesome. Okay.
Yeah, so I think it was a 6-pack, maybe it was a 5-pack, I can't remember. But you can get those on your website page, and you can get them in bulk. I'm out of breath. But so I actually bought a bulk thing of those, and then you can buy the shaker cups in bulk too. I think you can get like a 6-pack of them for like $10 or something. Like, it's really cheap. So I like to have those because I drink water in them, and then I drink my Shakeology in them, obviously.
I like the Shakeology cups better than the ones you can get. Oh, my battery's dying.
Okay.
They're the ones you can get at the store at the metal ball.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
See, and I like the Shakeology ones better than that too. That's why I got more. Because me and my husband use them so much that we wore my 2 out, and the one got cracked on the top. So I ordered some more. So.
Okay. Well, hopefully I don't lose you. Your battery's dying.
So if you don't have any more questions for me, then we can probably just just end it so that you can get back to the rest of your day with your little boy.
Okay.
So I guess if you have any more questions throughout the week, like just message me and I'll message you back as soon as I can. So, but thanks for making it on the call and for reading. So, I guess I will talk to you next week.
Okay.
I'll talk to you later.
All right. See ya. Bye.